everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's Bella here. In today's tutorial I created this beautiful fall green halo using the new Morphe 35M palette. So if you want to see how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. And if you want to be entered in this month's giveaway, make sure that you turn your post notifications on, hit that bell button, like this video, make sure that you are subscribed to our channel, and then leave a comment below saying done. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is grabbing my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I'm just going to be using that as a primer, so I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid and then blend it out with a damp beauty sponge, and then set that in place with some translucent powder. The first eyeshadow that I went into is the shade Light of the Party, which is this beautiful light shimmery shade, and I just put that as my brow bone highlight. Next I went into the shade Fired Up, and this has to be my favorite shade out of the whole palette. I've used it a few times now and it is just so pigmented. I'm super obsessed with this entire palette. And yeah, I just put that in my crease, going in back and forth motions as my transition shade. Next, I went into the shade Sweet Beets, and I just put that in my crease to add a little bit more depth. And I just started to focus that shade right in my crease, going in back and forth motions. And then I went back into the shade Fired Up and a fluffier brush just to really diffuse that line and blend everything out. And then I took the black shade in the palette, which is called Black Magic, and I took a defined angled brush and I really focused that directly over where we applied Sweet Beets. And then I went back into the shade Fired Up and I just started to blend out my crease, and then I also decided to start adding it on the inner lid and outer lid, just to start building up that halo effect. And then I went into the shade Black Magic once again and started to add depth even more on the inner and outer corner. This is really going to be a major key if you want to create a halo eye. And then I went back into the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and I just cleaned up the very center of my lid. And as you can see, I'm doing really light tapping motions just to kind of try to blend the concealer with the black eyeshadow. But don't worry if you mess up, because you can always go back into that black eyeshadow and just clean up any spots that you messed up. Next, I went into the shade Bold Moves, which is this foiled green shade, and I put that right on top of the concealer in the center of my eyelid. And then I decided to go back into the black eyeshadow just to add a little bit more depth, because when you are blending shades you might lose a little bit of the pigment, so you do have to go back in and redefine it after you blend it out, if that makes sense. For lashes, I went in with my Sofie Bella Barbados lashes. I will leave the link in the description box below. These are my favorite glam lashes. They are super dramatic, but I feel like they complement every single eye look, especially dramatic eye look. And then I went back into Fired Up and I just started to buff that out on my lower lash line. And then I wanted to add a little bit more depth to the outer corner of my lower lash line, so I mixed Sweet Beets and Black Magic, but I just barely tapped into Black Magic. And I started to add depth on the outer corner. And then for my inner tear duct, I went into the shade Light of the Party, and I just put a little highlight on my inner tear duct using that shade. And lastly, I just went in with some lower lash mascara, and this is the finished look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that bell button so that you never miss a video. And then make sure that you are subscribed to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye!